Hello everyone, it's greatK here. I'm playing Towns again, and if you've seen any of my previous episodes, you know that didn't end so well last time. But I've gotten a little more acquainted with the game since then, just a tad bit more. I've played it. I played it a little bit on another computer, and well, that didn't exactly end well. It ended disastrously with all of my people being killed by ghosts. But since then, because of that, I've learned some more things, or rediscovered some things, and hopefully it'll help me this time around to let me get a better playthrough than last time. As you can see, I've already started a little bit. Not much. I've played for maybe 10-15 minutes. Yeah. As you can see, I've built a carpentry and a masonry and a raw material stockpile and a raw food stockpile. I've tilled some grass, just planted some pine bush to grow some trees, and and I will plant wheat here. And after a while, or shortly, I will build a cow farm and a mill and a bakery. I've chosen this location right here. I started up here, but I've chosen this here because, as you can see, it's a little more open and gives me a little more space to expand on. So yeah. As you can see here, I have graves and plans for more. Not an optimistic outlook. But what happened, as you can see, you usually start with 11 citizens, or you always start with 11 citizens, but shit happened. There are some new features since when I began, since not last time, but the time before that again I played, has come into effect, like tree spirits and such that weren't there before. So that, you know, kind of took me by surprise and pretty much killed all my people, because all my people died, and when your people die, they decay into human remains, and from your human remains ghosts spawn, or spirits, or whatever called spawn. So I decided this time I'm going to be prepared. So I built a graveyard essentially over here. As you can see, 4 people have died. Sad, but not surprising. Actually, that's kind of good for me. But yeah, and I've fenced it in so that if any spirits spawn, they will not get out and kill all my people. Hopefully, they will be contained by this fence, but I've not really tested this before, so I can't say for certain. Also, I've built and are right now in the process of building armor and weapons, so when my people go out and chop tree, as they're doing right now, they won't be killed by tree spirits or any other, like those damn frogmen lurking in the jungle with their stupid little wooden spears and smug expressionless faces. I don't know. I know that doesn't make sense, but, you know, smug is expressionless. Poor bull. Anyway, so yeah, that's where we resume. I don't think there's much of anything else left to tell you guys. As you can probably imagine, there was a lot more wood around here before. As I've used a lot of wood to build the armor weaponry you see before you. So yeah, I probably have overkilled a little bit with a little bit too much weapons, but it helps be prepared, you know. So let's dive right into it. I am prepared, more prepared this time than last time, and hopefully it won't end as disastrously. So yeah, hope you enjoy it. Stupid me turned up fraps instead of unpausing the game. My fault. Let's begin. Yeah. As I told you, we're just currently building armor and weaponry. We have all the swords that we need, long swords. So, not building weapons anymore, I guess. What my plan is essentially to build up a little basic camp up top here, and expand, dig down, beneath the surface, where I will dig out the living quarters for the people, so that we can have some more people come in. And how this game functions is that if you have if I remember correctly, is that if you have living quarters, zones, personal rooms, as they call, more personal rooms than you have people, and that all your people are I'm not sure if healthy, but I think it's all if they're not hungry, and if they aren't overworking themselves, you know, they have some free time, they will you will spawn new people, I guess, colonists, I suppose, or settlers. So yeah, I'll try to get some more settlers and build up, or citizens, and get you know, recuperate from our little disaster beginning here. Let's see, probably need some more wood. Yeah. Disaster start. Not sure if this is going to be called a disaster start in comparison with my last two, the one off camera and the one on camera. Didn't go very well. So yeah, let me think. Anything I've forgotten? No, not really. Yeah, I also have a soldier this time, who will protect my people in case of an attack by wild animals. I'm not sure if animals actually attack. If attacked by frogmen, I suppose, or spirits, they'll come rushing. They're not always fast enough to come to the aid, so that's kind of sucky. But considering that all my people are now, or most of my people, I guess, are wearing wooden armor, I hope that they'll be able to stand more of a chance now than before, at least until further. Also, I will build a wall around to try and prevent scary things from coming into our camp. I'm not sure if I'll do that immediately or not. We'll see. So yeah. Also, I'm just gonna explain some of the basics. I'm not sure if I explained it on my last playthrough, but let's do it anyway. Here you have your priorities panel, which you will use to decide what you want to prioritize, what you want your people to do first. Here you have baking and cooking, item construction, mine and dig, gathering and harvesting, tilling and chopping, haul, wall construction, and butchering. I will go in here and change it often, I believe. Sorry. Often, in view of the situation, or depending on the situation. So yeah, also you have I'm not sure what to call this, the auto order, the menu perhaps. This is where you basically put quotas, I suppose, for your people to meet, like gathering fruit. It's gathering, I think, only affects your animals and plants that you have, that you have spawned by animal farms, like this one, these, and planted trees and fruit trees and wheat. Let's see if we can get some wheat, because you're not planting any. Yeah, you have butchering, butcher your animals, baking your shit, cooking your shit, militaries. This is where you decide what your people are to make. This is the only way I can remember, at least from the top of my head, that you can build in the way that you can build armor and shit. I don't think there's any orders manually for you to tell your people to do that. Also, you have utilities, tongs, and bone carving. These are tools that you need for need to use some of your equipment, like bone carving. You will need to use with shit. What's going on? Well, you'll need to use with your bone carving bench, where you build things out of bone. And torch. I'm not 100% certain. Actually, I'm not 100% certain on any of this. Poison bottle, renew fire, and so on and so forth. Materials, where you can ask people to gather materials. Let's see, let's just tell them to gather some more wood. So I say, cut some of our planted trees. Why aren't you building any? I'm just gonna check in case they haven't, in case I've given the wrong order. Let's just finish here. I'll just pause it quickly. Burner, where I'm not sure. Fuel to the burner? I'm not sure. I don't think I have seen this before in the previous release I've played. Vanity. This is just shit that you can. It's mostly decorative, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. If you click these tabs here, you decide if they'll stay. Like if you see, when I move my mouse away, it goes away after a few seconds, and if I put it on, it stays. So that's useful. But you'll probably see me a few times just fiddle around with that, confused. Here we have the menu where you decide to build different things, and where you place scaffold, place around log wall. I'm not sure what scaffold is used for. I'm not sure if it's some kind of extremely temporary wall or something. But yeah, roofs. Oh, so, okay. Until now, I haven't really seen this. So I think now you have to build your roof from here, or choose your roof. Build your roof manually. Earlier it was included with your wall, where you would see on the top of the wall red, blue, green, and whatnot, which would tell you which color your roof would keep, have. So yeah, that's nice. Now I can actually put a roof, and you know, decorative stone walls, and yeah, let's move on. Utilities, all of your utilities that you will use, or your people will use to construct items. Burner, carpenter bench, and all that shit. Ladders. Oh yeah. Also something new to me. I think you can build on different levels, like your buildings. Earlier you couldn't on the earlier versions. So yeah, you will see me. I may explain these as I go. These items, utilities, as they're called, as I go along. Traps, I have no idea how to use. As I go along, I am not going to bother boring you by telling you about every one of them right now, because that'll take a lot of time, I suppose. Planting, where you tell your people to plant. So now I can plant that damn wheat. Come on. Shit. God. Damn. See. I wanted to do it like this. Let's see if we actually can get some wheat planted. Maybe they're just stupid and won't. Gathering, harvesting, planting. Let's see if we have it here. I'm sure it's under gathering and harvesting. Let's put it a little higher. Yeah. Back. Yeah, basically just that. We choose what to plant. They'll find bushes like this and like that. Is that a pine tree bush, or is that just a random bush? I think it's pine tree. That's it. Has the sprite that the pine tree bushes have. So I suppose I'll put. Yeah, I think it's pine tree. Yeah, plant trees. I would recommend anyone who's playing this game to plant pine trees, so you people don't have to run around, or not necessarily just pine trees, but any of these trees, depending on what you have most accessible. Sorry, so that your people don't have to run around and run the risk of being, you know, slaughtered by frogmen and whatnot. Also, plant wheat. It's very important in this game, at least in the earlier versions, to get sorry, my brain is just shit. Something just happened. My phone vibrated. Shit. Are they onto me? No. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, at least in the earlier versions, it's very important that your people actually get food, or it's an uncontrollable famine. They just fall like flies, and you're just like screwed. And I hate when that happens. So yeah, wheat, you obviously mill it, as with the mill, and then you bake it. Let me show you. Food. Baking. As you can see here, flour is it's essential to all your baking wares. Oh, sorry. So yeah, apple pie. Ooh, pie. Bread. You, in the start, I at least will mostly bake bread, because it's cheap and it fills reasonably well. It may take some time to eat, but it's actually it's kind of quick to eat. It's the second quickest thing to eat. So yeah, I find it best to eat. After a while, you can choose to have your people bake some baker. Is it bakerwares? Baking wares? Baking food? Oh, yeah, well, anyway, bake is something that has more energy per entity or thing. But they also require a little more, and I don't really have any more to go to use at the moment. Roads, they make your people go a little faster, I think, and they're nice to look at. Furniture, beds, you need those for the personal room. Wooden chair, blah blah blah. Mostly decorative, I think. Fun to play around with. Windows, new to me, or are they? Maybe new to me. I guess you put them on your houses, and they're pretty. Doors, quite essential. You need them to complete your house, more or less. It would be stupid to have a house without doors, because then if monsters came, they could just storm you and you'd be dead. That's always nice. Decorative, bait. I suppose you do that to attract monsters. Blue badger. I think you use these, as you can see, in the arena to compete. Fun, I suppose. Decorative. Barrel, just a barrel. Just a chest. I'm not sure if these actually have any functions, because when a long time ago, when I played this for the first time, I didn't really bother to go too much into these. But yeah, outdoor, pretty. Yeah. Containers, practical barrels, raw materials, raw food, prepared food. These can hold 10 of 10 entities or 10 units of raw materials, raw food, and prepared food. They are a lot more practical than stockpiles. You primarily use stockpiles in the beginning, and then you just throw them away and have barrels instead. Tool chests, decorative chests, IT chests. Same thing as barrels, just for other things. Armor cabinets, weapon cabinets, same shit, just a little cooler to look at, and for armor and weapon respectively, weapons. Buildings, as you know, I showed you this earlier. Mill, use it to create flowers, also known as anti-obesity device. Yeah, if you got some fat citizens, just order them to run the mill. Pig farm, oink oink. Cow farm, boo. Unifowl, delicious milk and meat, but getting stabbed does have its drawbacks. Skutenbieten farm, I've no idea what that. Brain work, damn you, what that bird is. Chicken farm, badger farm, and a mine shaft. This is kind of essential because you use it to get minerals, as you can clearly read, without destroying the terrain, which it just pumps up mineral after mineral after mineral, so it's useful to get things, to get a lot of minerals and ooh, minerals, yeah, minerals, coal, iron, gold, I suppose, silver maybe. I think I've found silver before. So yeah, it does this so that you're not limited to just the tiles to gather coal. It's very practical, and it's good. Of course, else you'd have to be a madman and run around and get things. Also, now we're done with that menu. That's nice. Also, I'll come into these as I go along, and you know, I've only ever used like let's see, I've only used these before, so it'll be a learning experience for me as well. Hopefully, I'll maybe read something up on them, or off screen or something. Maybe gather a little more information about them. Stockpiles, it's, you know, same thing, gathering things for different things. Utilities, furniture, blah blah blah. So yeah, let's continue. And yeah, I ordered these guys to auto-equip weapons, just so I don't have to get them to, so I don't have to manually ask them to equip their armor. What are they doing? Oh yeah. And also, if you eat raw meat, your guys get sick. So they get slow and nauseous, I suppose. Why aren't I getting any flour? Flour is essential. No, wheat. Wheat is essential. Shit. By the way, if you're looking for someone with extreme skills and who's pro at this, obviously don't come to me, because I'm horrible at these kind of games, even though I love them. So yeah, I'm trying my best, trying to enjoy myself. So yeah. Of course, if you have any questions, you can't just ask me. I don't mind trying to answer anything. And if I don't know anything, I'll at least try to research it, or read up on it, to find something out myself. And if I can't help you, then, my friend, you're in big shit. You're into some deep shit. Of course, unless it's into like, yeah. Well, I was about to say it. Of course, unless you're into some nuclear bombs or something. But if you're into nuclear bombs, you're obviously into some deep shit. They not see me. Okay, you know what? Let's at least cancel this, and we'll ask them to plant apple trees and pear trees, because I know that they'll be able to get that, at least some. I'm not sure why they don't plant the wheat, because I have done it before on both playthroughs, but it almost seems effing random. I'm not sure if it has anything to do with me asking them to cut them down, if that changes anything, but as you can see, this isn't cut down, and they still don't get it, or gather it, or whatever. Also, let's ask them to build a cow farm, as I said I would. Multiple cow farms, so that we have enough. Cow. Dang it! Cut. Let's ask them to destroy. Oh, wow! I'm a god. So yeah. And we'll build a fence around this. When we get some cows, we will build the mill, but we'll wait for our first cows to come from here, so that we don't have to worry about using up our cows to the mills instead of here. Also, I suppose it's no reason to get a mill before we actually have some wheat, so we'll just leave that for now and just eat the cows, I suppose. Animal farm. Let's also get some pigs. Pigs. Oink, oink, oink. And some chickens, because chickens lay eggs, and eggs are awesome. Yeah. Let's build a fence. It's always fun to build like massive massive amounts of farms, and then you just fence them in and wait a long time. Then you suddenly got a swarming mass of cows and whatnot just moving around. It's just still areas to watch. Maybe I'll do that someday. Not yet. We'll see. Yeah. Let's try and dig. Shall we do that yet? Let me think. Will I do that yet? Is there anything I need before doing that? I probably need a kitchen to actually have some food, but I'm not sure. Should I dig that underneath? Below the ground or not below the ground? Oh, hard choices. Let's build it below the ground. That's easier. Dig. Wood. Okay. Dig. Yeah. Sorry. Because you see, my people are starving. As you can clearly tell by that symbol, that's not good. Let's build utilities. Cooking fire, which allows them to cook food without you having to build a baker's oven just yet. Let's ask them to butcher. Badger meat. Badger. Raw pork. To just have some basics. And then we order them to cook this meat. Just have some food at least. Whatever it takes. I'm probably going to lose some people to hunger, starvation yet. Because, as I said, I'm not particularly good. Should plant a tree. Planted pine tree is what I need. Just put it at 5. Butchering, put it higher on the list. We need food more than we need wood. Although we actually need wood for them. Let's put this even higher. Pressing everything else down. Great. Chop chop. So yeah, that's fun. Let's speed it up a little bit.